at the top, if you just bear with me here. I do want to take a couple of minutes right at the beginning of the briefing to talk about things in Ukraine. There's been a lot of reporting today on withdrawals and Russian decisions, and I think it's really important that we put a little bit of this into context. So first, again, we've seen that Russia has attempted now for going on a month to sell this war of theirs to its domestic audience as a, quote, liberation of the Donbass. However, the intensified rhetoric over the last year and in the lead-up to Russia's invasion demonstrated that the Kremlin's real intent was to overthrow the democratically elected government and to occupy or annex large portions of Ukraine. The posture of Russian forces around Kyiv, along much of the Black and the Azov Sea coasts, and in central and northeastern Ukraine indicates the geographic scale of this ambition. They've been attacking Ukraine, as we have been talking about now for several weeks, on multiple lines of axis. Russia's intent was to replace Ukrainian regional and national authorities and create so-called people's republics, as displayed recently in Kherson province. The rapid advance to Kyiv in the initial days of the war showed very clearly for all of us that Kyiv and the capital city was a key objective for the Russians. So we ought not be fooling, and nobody should be fooling ourselves, by the Kremlin's now recent claim that it will suddenly just reduce military attacks near Kyiv, or any reports that it's going to withdraw all its forces. Has there been some movement by some Russian units away from Kyiv in the last day or so? Yeah, we think so. Small numbers. But we believe that this is a repositioning, not a real withdrawal, and that we all should be prepared to watch for a major offensive against other areas of Ukraine. It does not mean that the threat to Kyiv is over. Russia has failed in its objective of capturing Kyiv. It's failed in its objective of subjugating Ukraine. But they can still inflict massive brutality on the country, including on Kyiv. We see that even today in continued airstrikes against the capital city. Mr. Putin's goals stretch far beyond the Donbass. The Russian Ministry of Defense's recent talking points may be an effort to move the goalposts, moderating Russia's immediate goals and spinning its current lack of progress as part of what would be next steps. But it's too early to judge what additional actions the Kremlin may take. No amount of spin can mask what the world has witnessed over the past month, and that's the courage and the military prowess of Ukraine's armed forces and its people, which are proving to be more than what Russia bargained for in its unprovoked and unjustified invasion. Now, that prowess is not accidental. We've talked about that a little bit. It's partly a result of the training and the support we and other allies over the last 8 years have been given to the Ukrainian armed forces. The United States, together with our allies and partners, we're going to continue to provide that support going forward to meet their security needs as they bravely stand up to this Russian aggression. I thought it was really important to kind of set the level straight there on that, because I've seen, again, lots of reporting here on these so-called withdrawals. Now, in other news, Balikatan 22 started this week. This is a long-standing annual bilateral military exercise conducted between the U.S. military and the armed forces of the Philippines. It's a key component of our alliance cooperation. The exercise features planning, operations, exchanges, and activities that increase both our nation's military capabilities to provide for the mutual defense